Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I am creating financial freedom for billions of people across this world. I am creating a million millionaires. I am the greatest leader that ever lived. I am God, people, and most important, I manifest the words I speak. My message today, people, is to let you know that facing your vulnerabilities and weaknesses is your greatest strength. In life, obviously, we all about changing and growing, but it's like the truth is the quickest path to get you from where you are to where you're going is to be able to identify the things that you're not so good at. It's very easy for most people to rattle off a bunch of things that they're great at, but when you ask them what are their weaknesses, they shy away from that, and that's just a natural reflex for most people. What I'm suggesting for you today, people, is to take the path less traveled. I want you to take the time, if you ask me, on a regular basis, to evaluate and see your vulnerabilities and weaknesses. Because, see, you can never solve or resolve a problem that you don't even identify exists. So if you go through your whole life being delusional about the things that you're weak at or ignoring them, then that means they're never going to be fixed. They're never going to be resolved. So my suggestion at this point is for you to really make a conscious effort to really focus in on identifying the things that you need to work on. We all have them, people. We are, as human beings, imperfect beings. And what makes us imperfect, which is perfectly fine, is that, we have things that we're good at and things we're not so good at, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. The true power comes from you being able to know what your strengths are, yes, but it is also even more powerful to know and understand what your weaknesses are, people, because again, we all have them. And see, once you identify and you acknowledge the fact that this is something I really need to work on, maybe it's whatever it is, man. Maybe it's your work ethic that's your weakness, Maybe you need to be a harder, smarter worker. Maybe you need to be a person of more integrity, which if you ask me, everybody need to work on that. I don't care what nobody says. That's one area that we can always all work on. Maybe it's you don't have one of your weaknesses. You don't have the ability right now to be able to visualize the things you want. Well, guess what? Everything that's a weakness, people, the more you develop yourself in that area is the better you become at it, and eventually you can master it. Like I shared in previous lessons, that we as human beings have the ability to learn and be able to do any and everything, people. So it doesn't matter what your weaknesses or vulnerabilities are. The fact that you're aware of them, then you know that it's something that you are lacking. Then you have a couple options. If you're a business owner, you can hire people that have your weaknesses as their strength, so you can build a very strong, cohesive team. If it's something where you're a solopreneur by yourself out here, man, there's nothing wrong with that too. You can develop those weaknesses over time, or like I said, eventually hire somebody that can replenish that for you. But my point is that your key is that you must be aware of what your weaknesses, what your vulnerabilities are, because once you're aware of them, then you can put measures, you can plan better. You can put measures in place to help you to alleviate that situation and to make you less vulnerable in different situations or predicaments, because again, now you're planning better because you're foreseeing what's to come and the measures that you must take in order to manifest or deliver on the promises that you have for yourself and others. And I just think it's a really cool space to be, man. And I strongly encourage any and everybody to really embrace that right there and really acknowledge that and get busy doing that in your life, people, because that's the quickest way for you to change your life from where you are to where you're going, is to really focus on developing yourself, especially in the areas where you have weaknesses and vulnerabilities. And I guess one of the ways that you can allow yourself to really embrace that concept, man, is to remind yourself that it's okay for you to not have all the answers. It's okay for you to, you know, for you to be able to just own the fact that you're not as strong in that area as you would like to be. See, that's where the power comes in, people. Is the power comes into you being accountable and taking ownership of the way things physically really are in the present. Because the more you accept the fact of what your present life looks like and is the more you have control and the power to change it, people. And that's why I want you to allow yourself to identify and embrace your vulnerabilities. Not that you're going to keep them, but you're going to at least know what they are and own it, that, hey, you are this right now, but hey, you are focused on the amazing future you're creating, which would be including that vulnerability or weakness as a strength for you. And it don't matter how long it takes you, man. It's like, again, life is your marathon. You're running your own race, man. You're not here to compete with anybody except yourself, man. You're simply competing with the older version of yourself as you go about creating a new version of yourself. Every single day, your biggest competition is you, people. You can help yourself by being your biggest fan, by choosing to believe in yourself, to encourage yourself, to motivate yourself, and to really keep your eyes on the prize, man. And don't get too caught up in accepting or owning your present as your reality, because it's not, only if you decide for it to be. And my suggestion is for you to focus on the vision that you have in mind and sincerely work towards that every day, people. I say this, man, as always, people, I believe in you. I believe in the greatness that I know is inside of you. And I really am looking forward to seeing the breakthrough that people will have this year as you go on this journey of self-discovery and just really intentionality, like intentionally working on yourself, man. I am excited about the future to come. I am excited about your breakthroughs, and my motivation and suggestion for you right now is to stay encouraged, man. Keep moving one foot in front of the other, no matter how hopeless or crazy things may seem. Just keep on moving forward, people. You'd be surprised. Life make way for the people that are relentless and never stop moving forward, and I'm encouraging you to do that for yourself today. Face your fears, man. Face your weaknesses. Overcome the fear of owning that. Overcome that, people, because I know that it's necessary, and I know the rewards that lies beyond that. Let's get busy changing your life. My declaration over your life right now, people, number 1 is that you are a millionaire. Number 2 is that you're married to the person of your dreams. Number 3, people, is that you have amazing health and you're in the best shape of your life. My prayer for you today, people, is that you really heed this message today, man, and start to realize that your weaknesses and vulnerabilities is your greatest strength, people. The fact that you know what they are, can't nobody shame you about them, because you already know them and own them. You know what I'm saying? So therefore you live a shameless life, man, because you know your weaknesses. You don't need nobody to remind you or tell you what they are. You know what they are. That's your strength, people, and you can get busy focusing on resolving and improving and developing yourself to being the greatest version of yourself, man. Y'all have a great day, and we'll talk tomorrow.